morning. Wow, today is an amazing day. It's very sunny, not too sunny outside. I'm doing my vlog in the car because I'm headed to work, but I needed to talk about this thing. I wanted we share about marriage and expectations that are there in marriages, the challenges that we face in marriage, and also the courtship that people have in marriages. Yeah, those are the things that I want to discuss today. So I will start. When I was a small girl, I used to see a man and a woman hold hands, and it was a big thing to me. Okay, to us. When we were young girls, we were told if you see a man and a woman hold hands, that is bad manners. Like literally, it was bad manners. So if we see a young girl holding hands with a boy, we would laugh about it, yeah? We would even scream and hide ourselves. Maybe let's say the person is called Mary. Let's say, for example, we would see Mary like holding hands with maybe George, and we would be like, Mary. And then we run and hide ourselves and laugh about it or scream about it, or even call them like pss, pss, and then run and hide, So that was us when we were small girls, and when we thought that holding hands and a woman was a sin. So we never knew anything about courtship, dating, and everything. To us, that was just another thing. So that's what used to happen. Currently, the kids of current generation, they know about love, they know about sex, they know about everything. They can tell you things that you came to know maybe when you're adult, maybe you came to know when you're 18, 17, But current kids, a kid in class 4 can tell you all about sex, can tell you all about love, can tell you about everything. Going even to a point of even hunting each other because you're dating my boyfriend. Can you leave my boyfriend alone? Things that we did in college, that's what now small kids are doing right now. So that was not the topic. It was just an highlight of everything. So back to the topic. So marriage. Okay. When we grew up, or when I grew up, I came to realize that marriage was all about calling each other sweet names, taking care of, not even taking care of, maybe cooking, cleaning, and everything of the sort. I never knew marriage had its own responsibilities. And for you to accept to be married, or if you accepted to stay with a man, it came with its own challenges. Like, I never knew so much. But I thought when you're dating a man, it's all about going out, eating pizza, eating out for dinner, going to catch movies, staying in the house, watching, all sorts of movies, cuddling, and yeah, it's all about romance and everything. So I never thought dating was all about responsibilities, maybe washing, maybe cooking, maybe sitting somewhere and coming up with a budget, or maybe even, let's say, for example, now you have things that you have to do together, so you have to involve your partner if you people are seriously dating. So I never thought of that. So I thought it's all about love, going out, going for a walk, going for movies, eating candies, being called baby love, all those sweet things that So when I got to a relationship, my relationship was not bad. And having told you my story that I never dated my husband is one thing that maybe one day I would love to date him and see or find out what he has for me, or what it could be for me. So guys, when I went to marriage, so many people told me so many things. You just get to listen to people's story about marriage. There are some who have sweet love stories. There are some who have complicated love stories. There are some who have very bad love stories. And you have to listen to all. It's you to choose what to take and what not to take. So I was told that marriage is a bed of roses if treated well. And it's a bed of roses if respect is there. So I just came in marriage knowing that there is something called respect, Yeah, so that's where I came from. Another thing I learned was, the first thing I came to know about love and marriage is when I was watching this famous preacher. Una used to tell us that don't go to marriage with high expectations, just be you. let it be a blank book that you and your partner, you're going to write together. So like, don't go there expecting to be served always breakfast in bed, dinner in bed, all the time. Baby, let's go to the swimming pool. Baby, okay, you can just sleep, let me cook for you dinner. Baby, you don't have to work, I'll give you money. All the time you're given flashes of cars, or you're given a gift. It's all about gifting, it's all about chocolates, it's all about that. No, don't go to marriage with expectation, expecting that things will work the way you want, or just things will work out of nowhere. No, don't go to marriage with such things. Just go in marriage in a blank book. Let it flow. Just write your own book the way you know it. Just take your marriage slowly. Write it your own way, the way you want it written, you and your partner. Just sit down, think, babe, we want to do this. Babe, I want us to do this. Let's do 1, 2, 3. Responsibilities are there. There is food, there is rent, there are other things, so many things. There are kids involved, there is school fees to be paid, there is holiday to go, and all that stuff is what you need to do or you have to sit down and discuss. That's one. Expectations. Number 2, respect. You have to respect your man at all costs. Sometimes people say respecting your partner is hard if that person doesn't respect you. Yeah, I know it very well. If your partner doesn't respect you, it's also hard for you to respect that person. But for you to have a good marriage, just respect the person. In terms of, if you have a quarrel, don't be the first one to insult, don't be the first one to hit, don't be the first one to, throw things at that person. No, don't do that. If there is quarreling, if there is fighting, there is no marriage that is straight. There are times that marriages you have to disagree. It's always a agree to disagree situations. Not everything that your partner says that you agree to it, and not everything that your partner says you disagree to it. So if you have disagreement in marriage, don't insult. Just respect each and everyone's space. Respect your partner. Number 2, don't start throwing insults. Don't start talking ill about that person. Don't start like beating that person, slapping, or using any kind of violence to that person. No, just respect their space. Give them time to come and internalize what you wanted it to be taken, or how you wanted that issue to be carried. So with respect, I think you will go far. Another thing I came to learn in marriage is always having a good and clear communication. If there is no communication, sweetheart, you're not going anywhere. Give a good communication and let each and everyone understand what you want. If you don't communicate about anything, then there is no marriage. You always have to know what your partner is going through. You have to know what your partner is always thinking about a certain issue. And if you have a clear information or you can help, why don't you just see that person and communicate it well? Let's say, for example, I have an issue and I want to tell it to my husband, but I don't communicate, or maybe I tell my husband about it and he doesn't give me a response back. He doesn't communicate well to me, meaning that he's not ready to support me, meaning that he's not ready to give any information about it, and no, that's where things go south. There should be always good communication between two people who love each other. There should be communication to a point that you should know what your partner is thinking about a certain thing, and you should always know that, let's say, the ideas the other person has, if they're going to help you or not. Another thing I came to know about marriage is understanding. If you don't understand your partner, then you guys, you're lost. One thing you have to know is understand the position or the timing of your partner. In terms of, maybe let's say you had a bad day at work. Let's say, for example, I had a bad day at work and I've not been in a good mood the whole day. And you come back at home and you're yelling, you're moody, you're everything. you don't want to talk to your partner in a good tone. You're always shouting at the person, and literally you don't know what your partner has been going through the whole day. If he or she had a good day, then you're like shouting and yelling. That it doesn't mean that you understand what I feel about it or what I feel about you. So it will also put me off not to share what problem or to listen to what problems you have. So all I know is you should understand what your partner is going through in terms of your moods, in terms of how your day has been and everything. I remember there's a day I left work and I was feeling so low and I didn't want to talk to anyone. I just felt that I don't want even to see anyone. I just want to be on my own. I want to sit and think about this issue that is nagging me. Clearly, I didn't even know what's nagging me, but I had a lot of pressure and I didn't know what was bothering me. So I don't know even what was nagging me, but I felt that I am not in the mood of talking. I didn't want a vibe. I didn't want anything. I didn't want to cook. I didn't want to eat. I just wanted to go home, take a shower, get to bed and sleep. Only for me to get home and realize my husband had a hard day that day. He was not so in the mood of talking and everything. He just wanted to be in his corner and be left alone. You know, he had his own things he wants to do. And when I got home, I saw him. I was like, so you don't want to talk to me? I also don't want to talk to you. And I just left it at that. You see, prepared dinner, and that's it. I just kept quiet, made sure the kids have eaten dinner and gone to sleep. And that day was like that. So I gave him his space. He gave me my space, and we all had our time to think of what is nagging us before now start bugging the other person with your own issues and problems, not understanding what the other person is going through. Another thing I would like to say, in marriage you need to share. You know, sharing is the best thing. You sit down and share information. You sit down and share all the things that you have in terms of ideas. You know, I can't just buy a piece of land in Lodwar and I have not told my husband about it. He can't just sit down and buy a land in Mombasa and I don't know about it. So we have to sit down and agree. You know, agree to disagree. Where do we buy this piece of land? Where do we invest? Where do we get our properties? So you just can't just wake up and you don't share the information you have. You don't want to share anything. You don't want us to discuss anything. Then, sweetheart, you are not going anywhere. You are not going anywhere. All you have to do is sit down, share what you have in mind, share the places that you want to put your properties, and everything will be okay. So, another thing I have to talk about in marriage is you should learn to... One fact that I know people think about marriage is maturity. You need to be mature in marriage, but you are not told not to smile, not to make fun, not to joke, not to play with your partner, not to do silly things with your partner. No. All you're told about maturity is seeing things in another level. Not that, okay, babe, I want to eat burger today, I want to eat pizza today, and very well knowing that I don't have tissue in my house, I don't have cooking oil, I don't have things to eat, I don't have anything. All I think is about burger, all I think is about going out, all I think is about having new clothes. Well, I don't understand about the situation in the house. Have you paid your rent? Have you paid electric? Have you paid other bills? Have you paid water bills, electricity bills? But all I think is about burger, chips, pizzas, going out, having new clothes, new shoes, and everything. So when you're told to be mature in marriage, it's thinking positively and thinking about other people, not only minding about yourself, not being selfish, not being like you all want things for your own. I hope that point is clear. So maturity in marriage is not all about being, that mature person. You can't smell, you can't joke, you can't do blah, 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 blah. No. You should just have things done right. I think that's the only mature thing. I don't understand why people say, like, in marriage you need to be super mature. Like, so I don't have to laugh with my partner. I don't have to play games with him. I don't have to do, childish thing in each and every marriage. If as long as you people understand each other, you're just going to do a lot of things that's so childish for you people to. That's a way of having fun. You understand? Yeah, so we can't just sit here and not smile at each other because we're mature. Pauline, you're mature. You're not supposed to laugh. You're not supposed to make a silly joke, or you're not supposed to go wrong anywhere. You need to be mature. Extremely mature. No, that's not marriage. And finally, guys, all I need to tell you is, if God gave you a man who loves you, we as women, sometimes we take things for granted. If God blesses you or gives you a man who loves you, who is ready to do things for you, why don't you just take it, grab it, and run away with it? Because these men, sons of Pharaoh, some are hard to get, and these guys, if they decide to be other things, you won't like it. So if a man loves you, respects you, and gives you anything that you need, just respect that and take it. Keep it. Don't be a nuisance. Don't be demanding. Don't be commanding. Just be you, be real, and then you will see your marriage strive. So I didn't have much for today, just about that. Marriage, its expectations, and what you think about it. Until the next video, bye.